Hi guys, it's Joy with AGA Novel Thought, and I am back with more Kindle Unlimited recommendations for you. Today we're going to be talking about romantic suspense. I'm going to break these down into two categories. First it's going to be standalones, and then it's going to be series. Before we get started, go ahead and follow me at AGA Novel Thought on Instagram. Subscribe, hit the bell if you would like. And if you would also take the time, if you're watching on your cell phone, to screenshot it and tag me in your Instagram story, I would appreciate that as well. The first two books on my recommendation list are The Fabulous by Dawn L. Schiltz. I don't even know if I'm saying her last name right. Chilletz. And you can find the link down below. And also The Praetorian. Both of these books are actually reality TV based books, and things are going down in the background. I don't think anyone is actually killed in these. You are definitely held in suspense and sitting on the edge of your seat throughout both of these. And they're super steamy and I don't know how to explain these books to you because they're unlike anything I've ever read before. But I'm telling you, they are so fun to read and they're intense. The Fabulous will have you on the edge of your seat, staying up late, wanting to call into work to know what happens on the page next. You will feel the passion that Sam has for life jumping off the pages. And that is The Fabulous. And that's actually the first book I ever read by Dawn, and I was hooked on her writing after that. The Praetorian is kind of a spinoff, but it's not related at all to The Fabulous, but it is just the same concept. And the twists and turns kept me on my toes, and the romance was so well balanced that I was falling in love while trying to figure out what was really going on, because on the Praetorian, nothing is as it seems. And that's basically in both books. That's how it works. Then I have The Elder by Celia Aaron, and this is supposed to be a series, but as of yet, another book has not been released at the filming of this video. The Elder was a complex story that had us following leads and creating a web of lies to try to find our way out, all the while we were falling in love with Benton King, even if he was a bit odd and quirky. I met with Celia at Holiday with the Bells earlier this year, and she said that she is going to be writing another book for this series. And let me just tell you, I will be the first one in line to read it. I'm sure other people will be there with me, but in my mind, I'm the first one there. Next up, we have When Autumn Ends by Beth Renew, and this is one of my top reads from last year altogether. I did not know going in that this was going to be a suspenseful book, but the plot twists in this story are mind-blowing. I did not see them coming. The writing was stellar, the mystery was intense, and the romance was slow burn perfection. The twists and turns and shocking revelations in When Autumn Ends kept me up all night until I knew how this story would end. So good, I promise you. You cannot go wrong. Next up, I have Mind to Protect by Kennedy L. Mitchell, and I actually met her also in Dallas. She lives here locally. She wasn't signing, but she was there, and I met her, and she was so nice. But this story is about a stalker survivor, and she's OCD and she's crazy, and there's women being attacked in her area, and it's intense. My heart pounded and damn near broke while I read Mind to Protect. Not only was the mystery extraordinary, but the scenes when the couple finally got together, steamy as fuck. Between the adrenaline and the high stakes case, these two were fire. Y'all, I'm not even kidding. The way these two were together is like instant attraction, but they both fought it because he's on a case and he didn't want, to jeopardize the case and figure out what's going on. And when you do find out what's going on, you're like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. You just wait. Next up, this is my final book that is a standalone for suspense, and this is Blinding Echo by Tina Saxon. Blinding Echo was brilliantly written with twists I didn't see coming and a second half that had me gasping for breath. My emotions were all over the map while reading. I cannot say enough about this story. It is tantalizing and enthralling. This story, the girl has amnesia. And the guy left. It's a second chance romance. So he left and he came back and he'd been looking for her and he couldn't find her. And all of a sudden he sees her in town and it's just so much. I can't even explain it in a way that's going to make you be like, oh my gosh, I need this book. But you need this book. I mean, I guess I did explain why you need it in my little recap. But trust me, your mind, mind blown. All right, next up I have a romantic suspense series. Okay, the first one I'm going to give you is basically a standalone. At this point, the second book in the series is releasing on July 15th, so any day now. It'll probably be released by the time you're watching this video, but I have not read it. This is Las Vegas Sin series by Jay Salmon. Touching Sin is a sexy story that delves into the very real issues that are often swept under the rug or ignored. I loved how Miss Salmon built Mia and helped her grow independently and with the man there cheering her on. Mia was running from an ex, and our hero helps her get on her feet and get her places, and he just really helps her. And like I said, she didn't rely on him, but he just helped her get to where she needed to go. So that's what I really loved. She didn't lean on him too much, just enough to where he was perfect. The Lila Love series by Lisa Renee Jones is next up on my series list. The first 2 books of the series have released. There will be 2 more, and I believe those are out later this year. Whoa dang, I want more Lila Love. We finally have answers, but not all the answers. In fact, we leave Murder Girl with a few more unanswered questions than we started with. But the anticipation for those answers is so sweet. I don't know about you, but I love a good cliffhanger. These books, the story arcs are finished in each book, and if you've ever read a lot of a mystery series, you understand how that is, how there's like one major plot arc, and then each book have the smaller plot arcs, and that is how Lila Love series is. So we finished the investigations for each book, but there's so much more going on that we don't have all the answers for. I don't know if that's going to be finished in these next 2 books or not. Either way, you want to read it. Next up, I have the Corrupted Heart series by Tiffany Snow. If you are looking for a series with heart-pounding intensity that brings the heat and heartbreaking angst, then the Corrupted Heart series is what you need. This series is a love triangle. If you've ever read Tiffany Snow, you would probably figure this out, but almost every single one of her mystery series has a love triangle. I did not pick the winner this time, which is pretty devastating. But I guess I can't win them all, right? So, China, who is our heroine, is a hacker, and she is not necessarily a hacker, but she has computer coding, and she has the ability to hack, and she is so freaking smart and intelligent and nerdy and geeky, and I just love her. This series, I believe, is 4 books. I could be wrong, but I think it's 4. Maybe 5. 4. I think it's 4. But this series is a must read for anyone who loves love and murder like this girl. Next up, I have the Mercy Kilpatrick series, which just wrapped up this year. I believe it is a 6-book series, and no one does romantic suspense quite like Kendra Elliott does. The main focus is on the case and not on the romance. I love that the romance takes a back seat to the murder investigation, but you can still feel the sexual tension building and bubbling under the surface of the characters. There are so many different things going on in this series. I can't even explain it to you. Mercy is a FBI agent. Her love interest is the town sheriff. They are in Oregon, in prepper country, and these people are a little nutty. I had never heard of them until I started reading this series, but these people that don't believe the law applies to them, I can't remember what it's called, but these people are crazy. But it makes for great books. Great books. I swear. You're going to be like, I didn't even know this way of life existed. Or, hey, Maybe you do know. I didn't know. I mean, down here in Texas, I'm like, city girl-ish, suburb life. Next up, I have the Magic and Mixology series by Gina LaMotta. This series is unlike anything I've ever read before, and I do believe I put this in the Kindle Unlimited binge reads post, just like the Mercy Kilpatrick series. Magic and Mixology is about a girl who didn't know she's a witch, but surprise, she's a witch, and her crazy aunts come and pick her up from Minnesota. And she goes into a time warp, and she realizes that she is basically the one who is going to save all of the magical people from the bad guy. And I'm not going to tell you who the bad guy is or who the leader of it is, because it would ruin it for you, but I swear to you, it's amazing. Then I have the Bright Light series by Tia Louise, and y'all, this is gritty and dark and sexy and it takes place down in Louisiana. And what's the place down there? New Orleans. There we go. You're welcome, Louisiana. So the girl is a stripper slash whatever, but because it gets all shady and shit, you know, down there on the area. Bourbon Street, is that what it is? I don't really remember the name of the street, but I'm pretty sure it gets all kinds of crazy down there. Under the Stars was an unexpectedly exciting story. I anticipated something much more angsty, sad, depressing read. What I actually read was a high-stakes mystery with a strong theme of revenge. It was messy, and nothing was going the way they anticipated, which made it that much more exciting to read. Let's just say people are killed. They did not think they'd be killed because they thought they were the ones who were in charge, but they weren't in charge, and revenge, baby. Next up, we have the Twists of Fate series by Tina Saxon, and Aiden and Addison found out how fickle fate can be in a long, twisting story that I can't wait to finish. That's not a whole lot for you, is it? Yeah, I know. Because I only read the first book, and then life happened, and I had signed up for advanced books, and that has kept me swamped, y'all. But after reading the other one, the Blinding Echo, also by Tina, I just know I'm going to love this so much. And you cannot go wrong. That's all I'm going to tell you. You cannot go wrong with Tina's books. I met her at a signing at the Bookworm Box last year, and I was like, oh, these cute. These covers are cute. I'm going to read this. Best idea ever. Next up, I have The Darling Investigations by Denise Grover Swink. This book is 2 books. This series is 2 books. If you're looking for a romantic suspense that is light on the sex and more slow burn cozy mystery, then you need to read Deadly Summer. This book series, it was like, if you read Rose Gardner, which if you haven't, it's not Kindle Limited, but you should still totally read it. It's like a more cozy version of that, but not quite cozy. It's more suspense. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's good. You're welcome. You're welcome for that, right? It's so helpful, Joy. Thanks. She's a former childhood star, and she comes back. She's broke. She has no money. And she's asked to film this reality show where she's solving cases. And they find fake cases for her to solve. It turns out she found a real murder mystery to solve. And so it's really funny and interesting and crazy. And the second book brings back an old co-star that she had worked with before, and they dated and they didn't like each other. They ended on bad terms, and something went down, and so yes, there you go. You're welcome. That's the best synopsis I'm ever going to give you of that story. So let's go with it. Read Darling Investigations if you want something not quite as sexy, but still a little bit sexy, but more cozy, but suspensey. Boom, baby. Finally, I have the Thornhill series by Emily Goodwin. This is also a paranormal romantic suspense series. It is a suspense-filled start to a paranormal series that is consuming. Add in the opposite attract lovers. This is one series you don't want to miss. It's a vampire and a witch, and this witch is more than just your regular witch. She's not your average witch, baby. She is, I don't even know how to explain it because we don't know. We have 2 books released at this point, and I believe the 3rd one is releasing in August. They're small, teeny, tiny cliffhangers. You're not going to be like, throw your book at the wall mad at the end of it with a cliffhanger, but you can definitely sense that something bigger is coming, and I am dying to know what it is. And also, if you didn't know, vampire-witch relationships are forbidden. Forbidden. So, I want to know down below in the comments which one you're going to read, and if you love Love and Murder as much as I do, because I'm obsessed with it. That sounds really bad, but I swear I'm not. I'm totally saying I swear. So yes, read this and let me know what you think, or read any of these and let me know what you want to read or which ones you plan to read. Until next time, my friends, bye.